for pain, exhaustion, fever, all healing remedies. I wouldn't mind a piece of that. Beautiful, but empty. No poison. There's nothing here. Moose is definitely not to blame.
Praise God.
I'd like to ask a couple of questions about...
I have a couple of questions of my own. What actually happened? Kat said Chertan is dead and Musa's locked up.
Well, it's even more complicated than that. But I don't have time to explain it to you now. I need to ask you a couple of questions.
Go ahead and ask then, but quietly, damn it. I don't want any...
Where were you when Chertan...
Where do you think? In my tent. After I helped take him to the infirmary with Musa...
Well, you just went off to have a nap?
No. I doubled the guard, drew up the orders for tomorrow, and made sure nobody was allowed to leave the camp. When something like this happens, people like me have lots to do.
It was you who came to tell us that Chertan had been stabbed, wasn't it? How did you get involved in...
Me? I was close by, that's all. My tent is right below the palisade. And when the two guards found Chertan, they ran to...
Hold on. The two guards said otherwise. They said they found Chertan and were discussing what to do when you turned up. By yourself.
Is that what they said? It's possible. I can't remember now. It all happened so... And anyway, how am I supposed to remember all this shit? Maybe I heard them and went to see what was going...
Are you sure you don't want to tell me what
All right. You want the truth, so I'll tell you the truth. In fact, I really was up top. It's because I had to keep an eye on you.
Me?
You really don't know? You may have been given our colours, but you're still a stranger. I didn't want you running around on soup, but it seems you're a decent fella. So don't fuck it up.
Tell me more about the story.
What about it? There's a cannon and some powder there. We built it a few days after we arrived, because it's a good idea to keep that kind of stuff safe. If it blew up, the whole place would be blown to smithereens. And if someone didn't happen to set fire to it, someone else might have robbed it. Folk are like...
Oh, except for you.
Very droll. Never heard... Aye, but now I'll ask you something. Who do you think did it?
Someone who has access to the commander's tents up top, who could use the coin he'd get for the black powder, and who couldn't stand the sight of Chert. But saying that name out loud...
It's dangerous as fuck, Henry. You'd better be careful who you take that accusation...
Well, you think I'm mistaken?
I'm not saying that. I'm just...
Who has the key to the...
I don't know. Cats and Groz have for sure, but I've no idea if anyone else has a key. I'm too small for...
Well, I doubt that pair of drunks could have killed Chertan even if they wanted to. Ugh, stinks of vomit. Ugh, just a broom. Nothing out of the ordinary. Nails? Is Crow planning on building a cottage instead of a tent? But they're covered in some kind of dirt. Oak. And dry as a bone. The water smells of flowers of some kind. Like roses? Hold on. Nails, rosewater, oak bark. They're all used to brew Kiss of Death.
God grant you health.
Before the murder, did you see anyone doing something with the lock, maybe? Or
Nobody went up there the whole night. I'm telling you.
he's the camp commander, and it looks like a pauper lives here. I reckon Grozav's fallen on hard times. Grozav doesn't strike me as a keen reader. Oh, that's valerian, I believe. It helps relieve pain, but it's also used to make Dollmaker potion. But Chertan was poisoned with Kiss of Death. Or was he? Could we talk about Chertan?
Why? Musa is under lock and key, and the king's deputy himself is coming for him. Leave me.
But sir, We both know whatever happened with the poison wine, Musa can't have stabbed Chertan. I want to find out who else is involved in this. After all, you too could be in danger till this is all cleared up. I just have a couple of questions.
Get on with it then. But if you think you can persuade me to let Musa go, you're out of...
How come you got to the site of the stabbing so quickly?
My tent is right next to it, you rat-faced halfwit. I heard Chertan yelling and I went to take a look.
Did you notice anything strange?
Like what, a stabbed man?
Maybe you saw someone acting strangely?
No. I gave a clear order that nobody unauthorized is allowed up here. It's bad enough that you're... Is there anything else? Or...
Were you there when Chertan...
No, not at that moment. When I arrived, Chertan was already dead. And Musa, well...
Had Chertan been behaving strangely recently?
No more than usual.
Did he mention having any conflicts with anyone?
Apart from me, you mean? I don't know how you imagine it, but we don't exactly go round holding hands here.
I took a look at the powder store where they found Chertan. I noticed it was unlocked. Someone forced the lock and moved the barrels of powder around.
What's that got to do with me?
Well, it almost looks like someone went there to steal. Do you have any idea who it might have been?
What the fuck are you trying to suggest?
It's just that Katz is in charge of the powder, and he's bound to be interested if someone was stealing. And I'm sure he wouldn't be happy if I told him I didn't ask you, the commander, about it. Then he'd have to do the asking. And that will probably annoy him plenty.
All right, then. There's something I suppose you should know. I like to gamble now and again. And it's true, I don't have much luck. But stealing, I'm a nobleman. Just because I had to sell off a few pieces of land, everyone at court treats me like a leper all of a sudden.
So why would Sigismund put you in charge of the camp?
As punishment. Stuck here with all this riffraff, supplies running thin, pay nowhere to be seen, and to cap it all, it's dull as fuck. A nice recipe for trouble. And that's just what that royal horse son is counting on. Oh, he can't wait till something goes wrong here so he can blame me for it.
So, you don't know anything about the black powder?
Nothing. And you don't know anything about me, got that? One word and you'll be sorry.
Do you know anyone who might want to kill Chertan?
Who wouldn't? He was a smug, ill-mannered bastard. Though I have to admit, I'm surprised it was the Sawbones Musa who killed him.
How could he have? He was with me and Katz when Chertan was stabbed.
So he was in league with someone. How do I know?
I found a paper signed by you in Chertan's tent. It says you owe him money.
What? Give it here.
You can take it. I've got it memorized anyway.
Then I'd advise you to forget it again, and sharpish.
Is that why you were always quarrelling? Over money?
There is no deed of debt. Got that, you little rat? If you say a word of this to anyone, I'll have you skinned alive.
Excuse me.
Don't you have anything you should be doing?
Right. I found out all I could. I reckon I'm as ready for the trial as I'll ever be.
My word, you're bristling with confidence. We still have some time, so calm down, or you'll give yourself a fit. In the meantime, I'll go and get everything ready.
Well then, gentlemen. I understood from your letter roughly what happened, and I trust we can settle the matter quickly and quietly. But before we get started, I have to say you've disappointed me, Sir Grosov. King Sigismund placed his trust in you, but you don't seem to be up to the task.
That's not true. I took a few tattered tents and turned them into a proper military camp. Everything here is as it should be.
Only your soldiers seem to die from time to time, eh?
There are always problems, but as you can see, I can deal with them. We caught Musa of Mali in the act. You just need to pronounce judgment.
Musa is innocent. Christ, Henry, be quiet.
And who might you be?
That is Henry, sir. One of my best soldiers. He just doesn't know when to keep his mouth shut.
Let him speak, then. I'm sure he has something very important to tell us. Tell me, lad, why is Musa innocent, in your opinion?
Well, that's simple, sir. Musa was with me and Commander Katz at the time when Chertan was stabbed.
That doesn't prove anything.
Do you think I stabbed him? From afar?
Musa of Mali will remain silent until I personally ask him a question.
Katz and the boy were drunk. Musa could easily have disappeared for a while. Nobody would have noticed him in the dark anyway.
I find that hard to believe. But if it wasn't Musa, who did kill Chertan?
Chertan was killed by the camp commander, Grozav of Boromlaka.
What?
You scum! How dare you!
Silence!
You aren't going to let this peasant insult me, are you, sir? You should cut him down to size.
That can wait. First, I want to know how he came... And start at the beginning. What happened that night by the...
Sir Grozav was most likely trying to steal black powder. It's very valuable, and often gets stolen, I've heard. But Chertan caught him in the act. There was a fight, and that's how it ended.
Me? Stealing? What impudence!
What do you base this on?
Chertan had a letter of debt hidden in his chest. It says Sir Grozav owes him a fortune.
You've been rifling through that poor man's things? What else did you steal? I'll have your hand chopped off, you louse.
But Sir Grozav, why are you getting so worked up over this simple fellow?
Me?
See then? What happened next? You carried Chertan to the infirmary? Isn't that right, Sir Musa?
Yes, sir. There, I gave him wine to drink, and I prepared to stitch his wounds, but he died before I could.
It seems someone poisoned the poor fella.
Grozav went to the infirmary a little before me and Katz. He could easily have had time to poison the wine Musa gave to Chertan.
What say you, Sir Musa?
It cannot be ruled out.
Well, Sir Grozav, what...
Why are you all still listening to that dung grubber? Where would I get hold of poison?
You brewed it up yourself. I found lots of valerian in your tent, which is used to make Dollmaker potion. And that's exactly what was used to kill Chertan, sir.
That's enough. You'll die, you liar.
Silence! I've heard more than enough. Sir Grozav, you will come with me.
Me?
The king will not stand for wrongdoing among his nobles. That must be punished.
But I didn't do anything.
Don't make this harder than it need be.
Keep away from me.
Calm now, sir. Calm down.
Shut up, you worm. It's all your fault anyway. I won't let you put this on me. You hear?
Fuck you, whoreson!
Well, Sir Stibor, one problem is cleared up, and another one takes its place.
I wouldn't say that. We've rid the king of one idiot. It's just a pity Chertan had to die because of... And I apologize to you, Sir Musa.
My head will remain on my shoulders.
What will happen to the king?
That is not your concern. I will personally take command. You just get rid of the corpse and clear out the royal tent.
With pleasure. We won't be staying long anyway, will we?
As you command, sir.
Then I do command, soldier.
Have I got time to stop by the baths? There's something I need to sort out.
All right, but hurry. I don't intend to make the journey in the dark just because you want to dip your wick one last... Everything all right, Sir Stibor?
No need to worry. Just because I spend all day sitting on my rear end. Doesn't mean I've forgotten how to hold a sword.
What about you, son? My mind's
What's wrong with you? You can't rob the dead. Surrender at once.
Easy now. I surrender.
I won't let you get away.
Utter nonsense. All of this. You'll have to answer to the no...
Oh, what's wrong with you? You can't rob the dead. Surrender at once.
All right. You caught me. I surrender.
I won't let you get...
How dare you? Do you have any...
Oh,
Everything all right, Sir Stibor?
No need to worry. Just because I spend all day sitting on my rear end doesn't mean I've forgotten how to hold a sword.
What about you, Musa?
For my part, I could happily have done without all this. By the way, should I prepare the infirmary?
What for? I'd rather. But how are we going to tell the humans about all this? Good work, lad. Good work, lad.
what are you doing here? Hasn't been safe around here as of late.
Relax. I'm not doing anything wrong.
Don't you dare cause any trouble.
I'm sorry. God bless you, sir.
Do you know how it ended?
Well, you see, I don't know how long the camp will be here, but I'll try to help her as much as I can. And once we move on from here, I'll take her with me. There's always a place for a hard-working woman in a camp.
Now those are the words of...
I'll be with you, sir. The nation starts stealing real. There's nothing to take. We've been here a long time and we've already... I'm sorry?
How you'll learn that the church is rotten. Hear what Matthew and...
It's happening. The Praggers are leaving for Sedlets.
At last, I won't have to wash the Cuman's asses.
Tell Zizka everything, so they're ready for the ambush.
I will. But be careful once it all starts. I wouldn't want Dry Devil blowing your brains out by mistake.
I'm not one to stop.
Greetings.
My body...
Aye.
Sorry.
Jesus Christ, get my God. Like shit scared the whole time.
That's not true.
Yes, it is. If you was enough.
I'm sorry.
It happens. Just watch where you're going next time.
Why is it you...
Me? All of you in this country.
Pale?
Limited. Your medicine, physics, and astronomy burned together with Rome. In short, you are barbarians. Though kind-hearted barbarians.
Tell me about your travels. About the...
Well, for example, so what...
Like...
And what's stopping you? Find some books and a master to...
And couldn't you be that man?
I don't have the time or the patience for that, my friend. Now.
Don't you dare cause any trouble.
Relax. I'm not doing anything. I'd like to learn
A fine idea, and that's why I don't...
Where did you...
In, but I...
What's it...
The found you can get if you want.
I'd like...
And that's...
Traveling
In my... On the...
How did you...
Now.
Good boy.
All right, I'm ready. The sooner the better. Deserters, traitors, murders. But the really heavy shit is still ahead of us. I can't imagine how I'm going to explain to the king at Sir Grozlov, who he personally put in charge of his soldiers.
Well, maybe it won't be so bad, and Sir Stibor will back you up. I heard Sigismund wasn't too fond of...
Just he can't say it openly, because the other nobles wouldn't like it. Well, let's leave it be now. Otherwise we won't get out of here before... Sedlitz awaits!
So the devil jumps him from behind a tree. But Pa, who's already got his blood up, just grabs him by the arms, wrestles him to the ground, and then starts giving the devil such a hiding. The fur is flying off. Wait, fellas. After Pa was done with it, the devil... What he said... What the fuck?
You should have fucking bash him on the head! This'll be easy. Too slow! Fight yourself! Show what you're made of! We're gonna gut you, Too slow! Useless!
That won't work on me.
Mein Gott, es ist vorbei.
How terrible.
I'm amazed that wagon can even carry a big fat cannon like that.
What the hell's going on here?
I should be asking you that. The greenest Praga recruit, capable and keen.
That's none of your business.
And my business should be no concern of yours either. You've kept your nose out of it so far.
So far?
About
Was it you who did it?
an unfortunate accident. He got in my way when I wanted to blow up the powder store.
So that bang a short while ago. But why?
Look, normally I'd be happy to chat with you till Judgment Day, but I get the feeling we should both make ourselves scarce. And on the double. So thanks for the help.
Nice job, Henry. Very nice.
Czym więcej martwych praszaków, tym lepiej.
You fucking traitor.
Calm down, or you'll faint again.
What now?
Well, you're a good man.
A commander should fall with his men. You swine!
O! Henry, kurwa! Tom... Uważaj, Heniek, jeszcze ktoś cię zobaczy.
What a terrible shame.
There. It's done.
What's the matter?
It just doesn't seem right. What we did to those...
Not people. The end. Trust me. You'll... By the way, who's that fella over there? The one who fought on our...
He's called Crow. I wouldn't say he's our ally, but he's against... He killed the Cuman's commander and blew up the ammunition store.
Fucking hell, now that's a man. I like the sound of him a lot more than a lot who've settled into Devil's Den. Brabant has already brought up his promise.
What are they like?
Well, you'll see for yourself. But now...
Yeah, the sooner we make ourselves...
To the task, then.
Seems like we poked a hornet's nest with that ambush, eh?
We did. And that means the Devil's Den won't be safe much longer.
Another reason not to stick around there and attack Malashov.
Well, we're in luck. Ada's just returned from a scouting mission, and he says von Burkov's at the castle.
And what about Brabant's men? You were saying you don't like the look of them.
I just don't trust them somehow. But I'll admit that Frenchman surprised me.
We'll see how they fare in...
Indeed we will. Get ready, and then we'll plan...
My God!
How have you been getting on?
Well, I finally got my shit together. A nice big...
Are you better?
That's what I just said. Anyway, do you think I'd miss out on the chance to hack?
You're not the only one. After what he did to Samuel's people.
I'm more pissed off about how he handed it up. He chased us off like rabbit.
How could von Burgov have found out about our meeting in Raborsh?
I don't know. But there's no point in trying to figure it out. It wasn't any of the captured lords. And if any...
Did Zizka tell you how he planned...
I think it's obvious. We have to...
Then what do we need that...
In case our ruse doesn't go according... And I'm itching to fire that fucking... These toys that use gunpowder pretty much even the odds. But they cost as much as a virgin whore! Aye, if we'd had one of them fat beauties with us at Snoimo, that would have been some...
Ah, Sir No Sabbath. My respects.
And I assume you won't be joining our...
Under other circumstances, I would have... But this is personal. Otto von... It was he who advised Sigismund to attack my people.
So you want revenge?
They plundered the synagogue, murdered dozens of... I will play with him like a cat with a mouse. He will...
I understand how you feel. Once I get my hands on Markvart, there's no telling what I'll do.
I'm going to kill von Berkhoff. Even if Zizka is against... It was I who got the money for everything. So no one is going to tell me. What about you?
I too want to get rid...
For tricking you two?
Aye, for that too. To put it bluntly, so he betrayed the king, and he should... And if there's anyone that can get him, then it's Zizka and the devil. That's why I'm going... Has anyone tried to sell some valuables? A ring or medal?
At times, sure. When they've drunk their... Better go and ask a...
Gepriesen sei der Herr.
My name's Henry, and I'm a...
Ja, ich weiß, wer du bist. He said you want to do...
Well, unfortunately, I can't tell you many details. Zizka is being awfully secretive.
Macht nichts. Das ist egal. Fürs Geld oder für die...
What weapons do you have? And how many...
Entschuldigung, mein Freund. But you'd better talk about... Die ganze Truppe, including the horses, belong...
All right.
Ganz wie du willst. And if you want to play some dice with me...
Excuse me, but I'd like to ask you how many men you have with...
Meine Truppe ist nicht groß. Außer den Leuten hier in the camp. Doch wir werden abwarten.
What did you agree with Goodman Brabant?
Enough to risk half of the reward in coin, in advance. If your plan fails, you shall pay us the rest of the...
So you already know what...
All I know is, you want to capture some small fortress. You get kein Stürmen der Mauern und no...
What weapons do you have?
Meine Truppe has the power of eine Lanze and my people.
And how many of...
Here in the camp, I have my Armiger Hagen Trot, 2 free archers and a combat...
What experience do your men have? Where have...
Das ganze letzte Jahr we fought in Italy for...
Who were you fighting against?
Unfortunately, this time Il Capitano Barbiano was luckier and beat... Italien ist ein großartiges Land. I'm certain Milan will soon rise against Florence. And there... Tschüss, mein Freund.
What do you make of this Brabant fella?
He's unquestionably a remarkable knight. He rambles on a lot, though. My head nearly burst listening to him although it was better than being stuck there. Otherwise, he seems to me like a if a little obsessed.
I agree. And he's got a score to settle with.
He certainly has.
What happened when von Bergov hauled you off after the Nabob?
It was a dreadful journey. It was a bit better in Malashov.
Did anything happen along?
No, but it took ages to get to Malashov. 4 or 5 days in that. I was traveling with von Owlet's minions. They hauled me in one of the... They treated my wounds a bit, but I was still in a really bad way.
What did they do with you in Malashov?
Nothing much. They took care of my wounds, and then stuck me in a room with... But they treated me decently, as befits a noble. Von Bergov came asking questions a couple of times. Only I almost went mad from being cramped in that damned room.
What was the problem?
That I couldn't get out of there. You saw yourself when you came for me, didn't you? It's just that since Nabokov, when they shot the tower right down on my head and I was stuck there... Well, since then, I don't feel... Actually, I never did. I always preferred to be outdoors. But since I had a feeling the roof would fall on my head again and I'd be...
I understand.
That's a fact. Once I get my hands on my estates, I'll build a new castle that only has huge rooms and lots of space, and above all, no...
Great. I'm really looking forward to this new castle.
You can be the castellan or something. Don't worry, I won't. I'll even have a forge built so you feel right at home.
They didn't let you out at all? But you were in that room for ages.
No. They let us walk around the fortress a bit. We even went out for a ride twice, but they watched us like hawks. But most of the time we were in that... Like I say, I'm really glad you got me out.
What did von Bergov...
Just the usual courtesies. The captivity of nobles has to observe certain formalities, you know? It's not like they could just throw you. They behaved fairly respectfully, but of course he was fishing for him about Radzig and Hanush and especially Jobst. what they're planning, how many men they have on the field, who else they're negotiating.
And what did you tell him?
Nothing that he didn't already know. I played as dumb as the village idiot. I only told him they sent us with that message and discussed the rest when we were gone.
And did he swallow it?
I think he suspected I was bluffing a bit, and then he tried to loosen my tongue by letting me go hungry for a while. But he soon gave up when he saw he was getting nothing more from.
My word. Nice work keeping him at bay. But the main thing is, you're alive and kicking.
Indeed.
Why is it so important to capture Otto von...
Isn't it obvious?
Pray in life.
Look. Otto von Berghof, meaning he is what?
So, it's ransom?
Not quite. Von Berghof is one of the leaders of the League of Lords against the king. If we want the lords to free our king, we have to force them to do it. And capturing von Berghof...
And to think, until recently, you couldn't give a damn about... How does Zizka want...
He didn't tell me much, but I got the impression it'll be a bit different compared to the usual.
Such secrecy. It almost seems like he doesn't trust...
True. Zizka's being damn tight-lipped. But I don't blame... After Raborsch, Sigismund had a lot of our people arrested, and I'm sure a lot more if any of them could betray...
You think there could be a spy?
Doubtful. All of us here would gladly stab Sigismund in the gut.
Well, that traitor...
Brabant and I still owe him quite a bit of payback. I can't wait to see the look on his face when we...
What do you think about the...
Hinnek? I think he's a right bastard. But I'd rather fight with him than against him.
So why does Zizka trust him so?
Hinnek is Job's ally, and Sigismund is their common enemy.
God be with you.
What's newer?
Well, if there was something I'd...
So...
What about your mercenaries? Are they good?
Ne t'inquiète pas, mon ami. Le Seigneur Morgenstern...
Who is this?
C'est un bon ami. We met years ago at the estate of the Duke.
Can he be trusted?
Le Chevalier Morgenstern is not only a warrior, but also a serious patron of the heart.
How did you find...
Pendant que vous étiez chez Léon, I went to Kettenberg. Le Chevalier Morgenstern was with Sigismund, but he turned him down because, the king has run out of coin.
So he's just an ordinary merchant?
Not ordinary. He's a renowned...
Where does this Morgenstern come from?
From Broswig. His ancestor fought for Emperor Charles. A good house, mon ami.
So why is he earning a living as...
C'est une triste histoire. He lost considerable estates due to his relatives and battles in his...
So he became impoverished?
In truth, it was more his passion for art that led him to ruin.
Sir Vaculin, you've had an exciting life.
Bien sûr. Your interest is gratifying and...
Where does the name Brabant...
That is simple. My compatriots call me that because I am originally from Brabant province. And, the name stuck. One day, I shall tell you about my place of birth, but I am sure you will long to hear about the conquest of Arezzo, yes? Or would you rather hear how I saved the King of France from certain death?
Arezzo sounds interesting.
And so it was. That is where I earned my knighthood from the great Enguerrand de Concy himself, the commander of our NAP. Enguerrand arranged his forces for battle, and I was put in charge of one. Out of nowhere, the enemy appeared on our unprotected flank, and Enguerrand set me to hold them back. But I saw a gap in the enemy's main phalanx. I sounded the charge. Un chevalier
I reckon King Sigismund would think otherwise after
That was complete. Alors, I caught them by surprise. I hacked my way to their standard and broke through. My attack sowed confusions in the enemy's ranks that encouraged the overlords who raced to join me, scattering everything in their path. And that is how we won the famous victory at Arezzo. Seeing that the force that was supposed to protect them had been routed. The city then surrendered to us. No doubt you had no inkling at Maleshov what a knight you had the honor to meet. And of course my feats on the field of battle.
A bold maneuver.
Quite right. Courage is my middle name. Just as Monsieur Chapon says, audantes fortuna juva. That day I was the bravest of them all and won the day.
So you disobeyed your commander and left your flank exposed. Your attack could have ended in a total fiasco. You were lucky the others came to your assistance and your entire force didn't collapse.
I hear envy speaking, but you are still wet behind the ears. So, I can forgive you. In short, I saw an opportunity and took it. Moments like that can decide entire wars.
What did your commander have to say?
He made me a knight and sent me to the royal court to inform the sovereign of our triumph.
I reckon he wanted to get you out of his hair.
Do not talk no sense.
What other feats have you performed in battle?
Oh, many, mon ami. It would take a week to recount them all, so I will just tell you. On the Italian field, we faced John Hawkwood, a ruthless Englishman and a fearsome warrior. Surrounded, we were at his mercy. Night fell, and we knew he would attack at dawn, and that would be it. But just then,